Let's talk more about
Thanks,
this with the host of What's Bugging Me podcast, my buddy, Dennis Kneale. Dennis, good morning. How you doing?
Hey, Nick. Good to see you, sir.
All right,
you look
let's.
good in the anchor chair.
Hey, I like sitting here, but don't say that too loud. You know, that's when things start going wrong. So we're going to leave that alone. Listen, I do want to talk to you, though. Let's talk about Americans have been facing price increases for years, less so as of late, but now warnings that these tariffs could reignite inflation. What do you expect will actually happen? Or is this really just a negotiating tactic like I spoke with Mick about?
Well, the great thing is we have that first-term Trump track record regarding tariffs. And I helped the late anchor Lou Dobbs write the book, The Trump Century, at the end of, as Trump was nearing the end of his term. And what he uses these tariffs for, more than really a revenue-generating thing, he uses them as a trading tool. And once you impose a tariff, now you have negotiations over how to reduce it, how to remove it. And so it's this great cudgel, this great club that he can swing. And it turns out the tariffs last time around, one of the only things that Biden left in place did not contribute to inflation. They did not lead to higher prices, not even for beer, which comes in aluminum cans, okay? Because it turns out the suppliers end up trying to absorb a lot of that hit. They don't want to just raise prices instantly because they'll lose sales if they raise them too much. Inflation cannot happen unless a whole flood of new dollars from someplace, government, comes into a market that doesn't have an increase in goods. And so all of these extra dollars chase after the same old goods. That's inflation. Now we have an administration coming in that's already talking about trying to cut, in Elon Musk's words, $2 trillion out of the annual $7 trillion that our government spends rather inefficiently. You can't have inflation when you have fewer government dollars going into the market. So these tariffs will not trigger that. Nick, they're going to apply to 42% of all of the stuff that comes into the U.S., and that's just a starting point. They can take them down from there in exchange for concessions. Let's remember, every other country tariffs us far more than we tariff them, and they aren't fair, and it's about time someone stood up and did something about it, and Trump has done it.
And it's all about negotiating. In fact, we're already seeing some of the markets react. Like this morning, we've seen the dollar increase against the euro.
Yeah, that strong dollar. You know, I always felt like the strength of a currency of a country is kind of like a stock price for a company, right? And when that dollar is going stronger, it also is saying that the U.S. is heading towards stronger times, and that's because of who just got elected.
Oh, did I lose you, Dennis? Dennis, question. I do want to talk to you about many companies have warned that tariffs will impact them. How will they be positioning themselves now? Do you think that they will have the president's ear, or do you think that Elon will actually be picking a few favorites to kind of help steer through the path?
I doubt any of. Can you hear me? I doubt any of that's going to happen. Already companies are beginning to look at shifting their supply lines and getting stuff from countries other than China. That's a good thing. You know, what happens in business is someone says something, they announce an intention, and instantly the market reacts to it and changes as if it's already happened. And so just by putting this on the priority list and talking about it, instantly companies are starting to change things and bring supply lines home or push supply lines out of China. And you know what, Nick? I'm sorry, but as much as I love China because I adopted my daughter there many years ago, China hates us. China wants to ruin us. They want to beat us, and they'll do anything they can. And it's about time someone stood up to China and started pushing back. And last time with those tariffs, Nick, it brought China to the negotiating table, and they agreed to stop stealing our intellectual property. And it's the first time they ever did it. And as soon as Trump left office, suddenly that agreement fell away. I don't even know what the status of it is.
Dennis Kneale, host of the What's Bugging Me podcast and the upcoming book, The Leadership Genius of Elon Musk. And I want my copy signed. Sure do.
Yes, you got it, please.
Dennis,
and order it now on Amazon. Makes a great pre-post Christmas gift. It'll either give you
or make you feel better about the life you have.
I love that. Dennis Kneale, thank you so much, sir.
Have a great day.
Millions.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.